Genetic engineering. Major advancements in genetic engineering has now given us the capacity to manipulate and even change our very own DNA. The question of aging. Within the nucleus of our cells, DNA is tightly wound around itself to form structures known as chromosomes. At the very ends of our chromosomes are regions known as telomeres. Their function is to protect our genetic information, but as we age, these shorten and eventually the cell becomes inactive and dies. Researchers are now looking into ways of preventing the shortening of these telomere regions and have been able to keep human cells alive for far longer than the normal lifespans in labs. Potentially, if scientists are able to eliminate this one process of aging, we could extend human lives considerably.
Biohacking is the process of engaging biology with the increasing popularity of hacker ethic. Specifically here, we will look at grinders, who design and install do-it-yourself body enhancements. People in the UK and across the world are already experimenting and seeing results in this DIY area of human modifications. The use of RFID chips is one such early area. RFID stands for radio frequency identification, and the chips contain electronically stored data and yet are only the size of a grain of rice. This means that a person can inject an RFID chip into their body and be instantly identifiable by the data stored on their chip, all at only the cost of about $40. The chip can then be used to open doors into your house or even your car, or log into your laptop at home, to name just a few examples. The problem some people have raised with these chips is that they are worried they could be tracked by some satellite at any time, wherever they are. This, however, is not the case. The chip itself has no power supply and is only powered by the reader that you bring it close to. So to quote Amal Grafter, one of the pioneers in implanted RFID chips, "If you're within a couple of inches of me, you could probably read it and find out where I am."
Italy's Turin Advanced Neuromodulation Group is home to the seemingly mad scientist Sergio Canavero. In 2013, he declared that one day he'd be able to transplant a human head onto another body. Amazingly, people didn't react too badly, but just wrote him off as idealistic and impractical. Before you write off this idea yourselves, scientists have actually known how to keep a head and brain alive long enough to transplant it into another body for decades. The problem arises when it comes to fusing the spine back together, allowing the head to communicate with the rest of the body. Scientists demonstrated that substances called fusogens could partially repair severed spines in rats. Canavero claims he can use these proteins to solve the spinal problem in humans. Critics pointed out that this would only be effective at repairing clean surgical cuts rather than real-world injuries. Plus, you need 100 surgeons for 36 hours at a cost of $12.8 million. This idea, proposed by Canavero, is becoming more acceptable every day due to new discoveries, eliminating the impossibility, but it still comes with ethical issues. Without doing a full head transplant, the skills used in the surgery may have practical uses right now for quadriplegics suffering organ failure and for those who want to live with impairment rather than die. The main ethical concerns, however, include: is it right using a whole body to save one person when the body contains many organs to save multiple people? Also, should we even try to be pushing this kind of surgery forward? Are we just creating Frankenstein?
There are many ethical and moral issues that arise. People who carry out biohacking or head transplants, either onto themselves or to other people, can put their safety at risk, e.g. their health may be in danger. Biohacking in particular can lead to inequalities between people. For example, they may be more advanced than people who have not done biohacking. Moral views would say that equality should be the main value, and thus things like biohacking should not be carried out. Informed consent is a huge ethical issue. It is argued that people that take medication may not be in the right state of mind to give informed consent. Thus, biohacking and even head transplants can raise huge ethical concerns. Other types of human enhancement, like medicine, for example penicillin, has good points. It can improve overall health and increase life expectancy.